I thought I'd do something a little different this time around, seeing how we're always out and about looking for new places to prospect. But today I decided to be on the Mickelson Trail. I'm here at the Red Fern Shelter. This is about the 86-mile marker, and heading down to Mystic and Deadwood is that way to my left. So we got a real pretty day here, folks, and I'm going to share some of the trail with you. It's a beautiful trail if you're into mountain bike riding or bike riding. Tell you what, hardly any beats this place. This is one of the best ones in the country. So what do you say we get to it and have some fun? All right. And we're off. So this used to be an old railroad bed that the railroad decided wasn't worth keeping the line open anymore. So they went ahead and abandoned the railroad. And after some litigation and back and forth and hemming and hawing, the state of South Dakota acquired it thanks to the work of many individuals who came forward and said they wanted to take this old right-of-way and turn it into a rec area for bikes and hikes. And George Mickelson, the late George Mickelson, who the trail's named after, governor of South Dakota, who unfortunately came to an early end in an airplane accident along with 7 others, if I recall correctly. He got behind the project and kick-started it. It made it one of his mission priorities. He was a very visionary type person. At the time, there wasn't that many people that could see how this would really play out for the state of South Dakota in terms of one of the major assets that the state has. So one of the coolest sections of this trail is by Mystic. From Mystic to Rochford. It's pretty amazing. The largest trestle is within that section, and some beautiful scenery. So we're going to cruise along, and when we get to more scenic country, not that this is not beautiful here, but there's even much better than this, I'll turn the camera back on. Like I always say, see you in a bit. All right, so now here's one of the trestles that was rebuilt. The railroad had contracted a gentleman out to take them down, and until finally he was approached. The gentleman that was involved with this project in the beginning, one of the founders, said, well, how much are they giving you? And he said $12,000. And he said, well, I'll give you $12,000 to stop right now, so that they could have some of the trestles. So some of these were rebuilt by donations in the state. And so here's the first one that we're going to cross right here. Got an old barn down there. Black Angus is what that beef is. That's some good beef. I'll tell you what, Black Angus. Just crossed the 71-mile marker. Now, one starts at Edgemont, South Dakota, and as you come up into the hills, but if you're pedaling and you're not in really that good shape, it's a good idea to go from Deadwood downward. That way you're going downhill most of the time. Now, the first time I did this trail, a couple of months after it opened up, I came here with a buddy of mine, and it was his idea, Tim, and we did it from Edgemont to Deadwood. Now, the trail had just opened up not too long, and so this fine gravel they got here was still pretty soft, and we were on conventional bikes. I had a mountain bike, but it was no suspension, and I got to tell you what, I suffered, and I'm not going to lie about it. It was rough. We did the whole thing in about 2.5 days, and there was some spots that were so soft that we really had to get off the bikes and walk it because the tires were sinking down so low. Now, that's been years ago, and so now this stuff is pretty well compacted, and so it rides pretty good. So you don't necessarily need a fat tire bike. I got 4-inch tires, but yeah, you could get by with a street tire, I suppose. So things have gotten a lot better. They got a lot more rest spots. Back then they didn't have anything, really, nothing. Now they've got these rest spots and shelters kind of like, and they got places where you can get water, and it's just way improved since those days. But either way, fellas, it's a great trail to be on. I'll tell you what, it beats the hell out of being around sitting on the couch watching reruns of whatever. I'd much rather be out here any old day of the week, either doing this or prospecting. Now, there's a couple of tunnels on this trail, and here's one of them. Now, I had done a video on prospecting, and I kind of featured one of these tunnels, although I don't think it was this one, but they had to cut through the mountain because back then I guess they didn't have the capability of removing the mountain like they do today. Today, hell, they can just knock them out and clear off. I think this is a better way of doing it. Less of an impact on the natural scenery. Let's kind of cruise through this. It might get a little dark, but hell, I ain't afraid of the dark. If I was, I'd never go into a mine. Coming into the daylight. There you go. We got some snow. Yeah, this could be a little dicey here because it's iced up. It looks like I see some horse tracks. They do allow horses. And we're out. Yeah. Yeah, they're really nice, those tunnels. In the summertime when you're up here, you know, it can get kind of warm if you've been out on an open stretch and you hit one of them tunnels, and boy, I tell you what, it's like walking in an air-conditioned room. I mean, it's just really sweet. And they got benches on the side. I don't know if you noticed it back there. And typically in the summertime when I do this, I'll take a lunch break right there because you got that nice cool air, you know, making it really comfortable. And here's another one. Now this is at the 73-mile mark right here. What do you say we punch through this one? Looks like there's some water or ice or something, mud, that may require me to get off the bike. All right, thanks, bud.
You betcha.
You got some icicles. Some icicles. Look at that thing. Kind of look like stalagmite. Hey. Yes, I see. The trick is just to roll and not pedal. You try to pedal, you throw your weight off and it'll dump you. It's first week of March, folks, and so there are some spots where the sun don't shine all that good. That's going to have some snow on it, or ice at this point, because it's been warm enough for stuff to melt and then freeze at night, and so that's what you wind up with. A little boggy here. Nothing to get a twist on, though. You know, it's just what it is, you know. Now, right here, I believe we got something of interest coming up. Let's see. Yeah. So now right there you can see, if I understand it correctly, what they did was they dredged this creek here and they went for gold, of course. It looks like it was some serious work. Of course, those gold rush days for the hills are long gone. The easy gold, that is. They're still hard rocking it, you know, in places. But as far as that, this kind of gold, you know, the placer, rich placer fields are done. You know, they're not panning anything out. So along the trail, you come across different things like this, and old camps and what have you. And so there's historical interest in terms of that. So let's keep on going. Well, we're coming up on another trestle right here. These are always interesting. And at the end here, they got a bench, which you often find in different locations along the trail. Right over to my left, and they're usually donated by people in memory of a loved one. And they can come in handy sometimes when you want to take a break, you know, because it is 100 and something miles if you do the whole thing from Edgemont to Deadwood. Okay, well, it wouldn't be a Dakota prospecting video without showing you some prospecting. So this looks like a placer claim that's just off the Mickelson Trail. And it looks like they've got a shaker table up there. So let's just check this out and see what it's about. As you can see, the layers from the ancient creek bed when it was up this high, we're pretty far up from where the creek actually is. And you can see all these rock here, they've been tumbled and stuff like that. And that's his shaker table. And the creek is just down there below the Mickelson Trail there. So I guess he's got his drum here for water. It looks like he may be doing okay here. I don't know. It looks like it might have potential. I wish him luck, or her luck. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. I figured I'd show it to you. And then he's got this here set up. It looks like 1/4-inch mesh. And that's what's sifted out. Over here, looks like this has been worked a while. Because this stuff's been here a while, you could tell. I don't know how long this claim's been here. I remember it years ago and it wasn't claimed up, but it is now. And so we're not going to be doing any prospecting here because this is claimed up. But I just wanted to show it to you. And this is just off the trail. And here's another spot where he's kind of dug down in there. Don't know how it's playing out for him. And just right next to that, there's another one right there. And just taking you around, hold on to your hat. And that's it right there. That's the extent of it. And then right there where you see that rose-colored gravel, that's the Mickelson Trail. If you look at all the material that this fellow's moved over the course of months or years, that's a lot of handwork, fellas. That's a lot of digging. Look at that. All right, so yeah, prospecting is tough. Now there's an old ore car. You don't hardly see them anymore. That's what got it out of the mine. That'd be the kind of car that they used in that adventure we did, walked into a gold mine death trap. That'd be it right there. Yes, sir. I believe we got another trestle coming up. Yep, this is the big one, folks. I believe this is the biggest one on the Mickelson. It's a beauty. Yep, this is it. Kincaid once did a picture, a painting of this trestle here. They got him a little bench right here. I'm going to take you underneath it and show you some more. So here at the end, it has this plaque here that funds to build this bridge was from an anonymous donor and dedicated to the spirit of the trail and all those who collectively made this trail possible. Pretty cool. Okay, so we're standing in the middle of the bridge facing south, and right down in there is the creek. When I first did this trail, I sat down in that creek after driving from Edgemont to here, and we're kind of past Mystic at this point. My butt was so sore, God, that cold water just felt like $1 million. I must have sat in that thing for an hour just to cool off. Yeah, that bike was hard-tailed, no suspension. It was rough. Anyways, here we are now with a full suspension dream machine is what I call it. So Mystic is that way. Let me take you underneath and show you the structure, the superstructure. Ain't that pretty? We're on the Mystic end of the bridge, and kind of take you underneath the center line here. They've got some serious timbers. These look like 12 by 12s. That's it there. Boy, it's a pretty day. You can see by that sky. But here's a side, again on the Mystic side end of the trestle. And that's a creek down in there. Now this is one of the ones that they removed and they had to restore, so that's why you got the donation to build this. I have no idea what something like this would cost, but I'm sure it ain't cheap. So they've got funds to maintain this bridge. Is the Walt Thompson family. And this is on the north side. There's a creek down in there, and you got some big Ponderosa pine on that hillside there. So we're at the Rochford side of the bridge, and I'm going to turn you around here. Hold on to your hat. Here's that little bench here. This is a kind of a popular little spot right at the end of the bridge, and that's our trail heading towards Rochford. And there's my rig. All right, what do you say we get going? On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Drinking liquor with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. Oh, Willie! Love you, man. Got another tunnel coming up, folks. Now here's something here. We've got some red, white, and blue flying there. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, here's a tunnel. It's a short one. Yeah, man. Woo! We love it. We love it. Mile marker 77. Remember that old TV show 77 Sunset Strip? It was some Hollywood business. I don't even remember what the hell it was about. I just remember the title. Over to our left is a claim that's been running a while. Looks like it's a little kind of a serious operation there. Look at that. Mercy me. see over there, got a conveyor, and they've been working this a while now, so I guess it's producing. In the summertime, I've seen them set up a camper here, and Lazy Beaver Mine, that's what he's calling it, Lazy Beaver. How about that? So he's, don't know what he's doing, but he's got to be doing something, right, folks? I mean, you know, you go through all that trouble, hell, it's got to be producing something for him. Of course, gold at $2,000, north of $2,000. Yeah, make a difference. A backhoe of a different nature, because it's got cables on it rather than hydraulics. So you know that's old school. Don't know if that thing works or not, but imagine that, cables, right? You don't see that anymore. It's all hydraulic these days. So, all right, let's keep going. We're not far from Rochford. There's a couple of 3 claims along the creek here. Just about all of it's placer. They did have some hard rock, but those mines have been shut down a long time now. Now we got some ice up ahead, and it looks like I'm gonna have to dismount, folks. That looks like it's kind of, yeah, it's soft and hard and a mixture of everything. Looks like it might dump. I'm gonna try to ease my way through it. This time of year, there's really nobody riding this trail because of this snow and ice on it. Mostly footprints. I only see one tire track from a bike, and the rest is footprints. There, we made it there. Now over to the right is one of the main roads that lead to Rochford. In fact, the main road that leads to Rochford is on our right. There's some claims over here on the left. Here's one of them right here. They're calling it the GPAA Rainbow Claim. There it is there, the Rainbow Claim, and then there looks like there's a trail that leads into the claim. Right through there. Like I say, there's a couple of 3 claims running through here. So let's keep on moving. Another icy spot. So, oh, I'm gonna have to walk this one. Well, we're heading back because there's some snow that's much deeper than this here. This is just kind of ice, but just outside of Rochford on some turns that have northern slopes on them. It looked like it went a ways and getting kind of late, so we figured we'd turn around and head back. This stuff here is kind of unpredictable. Even with a fat tire bike like this, it's kind of mushy, and then it's hard underneath and ice, and so it makes for slow going. And I don't mind an occasional spot, but like I say, further back there was a long stretch of it. Moving, keep those doggies moving, keep those doggies moving right. Through rain and wind and weather, hail bends the leather, wishing my girl was back my side. All the things I'm missing, good victuals, love and kissing, be waiting at the end of my ride. Yeah, Boss Favor. That's when Clint Eastwood was a young man, and he was starring in the TV show. And every time I hear that song now, I think of the Blues Brothers when they're at that roadhouse and they sing that song. That is funny as all get out, I'll tell you what. Yeah, all right, well, here we are, crossing another bridge. Yeah, man, who's having fun? That's what it's about, fellas. Get out there, prospect, hike, sing a song, shit. Make it happen, you know what I mean? Make it happen. Being happy is way better than being a grouch. All right. That's a pretty sight. Right off the trail. Well, here we are back at Redfern. I sure hope you enjoyed that little tour of the Mickelson Trail. If you ever get a chance, check her out. It's worth the effort, I'll tell you what. Anyways, until next time, thanks for tuning in to the channel. Hey, and y'all stay safe. See you on the next one.